welcome back to BTHQ Banter. It is week 5. It is 9:10 on Friday morning. We have a busy day today. We have 5 lovely ladies coming to learn the art of Zentangle with Hannah in Unit 2. I have 4 lovely newbies coming to learn to crochet this morning. As far as I know, the usual crew are coming to hang out in the lounge. My mum is taking a class today. She is doing the Zentangle workshop. And this afternoon, I've got some free time. It's Friday playtime. I am going to potentially sew up a unicorn. More on that later. And I think I'm going to film another one of my sew with me videos, but it might be a cut out with me. I'm not sure. I've got lots of questions that people have asked in the community tab here on YouTube. So I'm going to answer some of those. I'm also going to just pop up an Instagram stories and just see if anyone else wants to ask me anything, and basically just do a little chatty, makey, sewy video. I suspect that by the time you're seeing this, you will have seen that video, because I think it will probably be my upload for Monday or Wednesday. So you should have seen it by now, but just sort of, you know, it's nice for you to see how I do these things and the process and how I actually work and what I do each day. And that's what I'm doing today. So let's see how the day goes. It's a good busy day. We're having a swifting lesson. I've got the camera up. I've remembered. Woohoo! Viv's giving Claire a swifting lesson. Did you get this from Waltham Abbey Wool Show?
No, I didn't get to go to that.
Oh, it's very pretty.
Chromatic yarns.
Oh, is it? Oh, Hannah, it's one of your yarns. Beautiful. What's it going to be, Claire?
Pair of socks.
Pair of socks.
And it's all Viv's fault.
It's all Viv's fault. Oh dear. And then Jenny and Joe are in. What are you doing, Joe?
Attempting to make a cowl.
A cowl. It's a very nice cowl.
Well,
I like it. It's very pretty.
I like it as well, but I'm
Jenny's working on her fancy blanket that she was working on last week.
Yes, row 50 now.
Row 50. Well done. The girls over here are furiously learning to do a chain. How's it going?
Yeah, very well. Good.
Come on, you can sound a little bit more enthusiastic. Brilliant! Alison's having a rootle through the sale box.
Absolutely.
There's some bits over here, Alison, as well. I've had a bit of a clear out. These are all donation to charity bits, magazines and hooks and things.
Lovely.
And then we'll have to be very quiet because they're concentrating next door. They're Zentangling. No, they're not Zentangling. They're tangling with Hannah. Can we say hello, everybody?
Hello, everybody.
Now we have to leave them alone. They're supposed to be doing mindful things. Well, that was a lovely morning. It's now 2:30. Mum and I have just been discussing the unit. And yeah, I've decided it's definitely time for a real spruce up and a bit of a move around. I'm so much happier with Unit 2 now that we've got this area for me to work and film. It's brilliant. I'm loving it, really enjoying it, and the space is so much more versatile and so much more user friendly. But there's still just that little tiny bit that needs to be changed. So we've been having a think. I'll spin you around and I'll show you my plans. So as much as I hate to say it, this big unit here needs to go. This was a unit that I had made for me when we used to do shows and exhibitions. So the whiteboard's just leant up against it today because Hannah was using it for her class. But it's just a dumping ground. It's not really very pretty. It could be, but it's not. And it's really just a wasted space. So I'm going to try and sell that. And in its place, I'm going to put a couple more a.k.a. Kallaxes, but I'm going to get one of this size, and then I'm going to get another 3 of this size, which can go on their sides, and they can go along the top of these units. And these are all going to get pushed right up that end, so they'll run all the way along. But they're not all going to have the droner boxes in. I'm going to put some cupboard doors on some of them and some of the drawers that you can get. So they're just a bit more useful. The big sideboard that we've had for years, I think the time has come that needs to go. So if anybody wants that, let me know. I have got the legs that screw onto the bottom of it. They're still living in the drawer. So if you strip that back, it's a really beautiful piece to work on. It's a 70s piece of furniture. It's wonderful. Behind this banner here is a big wardrobe that was my aunt's. That's really just got loads of rubbish in it, so that needs to go, and all of this is going to go. And I'm actually going to move what I call my cricket station. I'm going to move that over here. And then I'm going to still have my high table but coming off it, so I've got like a corner. This is going to be my craft room basically and filming area, so this will be great, and the staff can obviously use that area too, which will free up that wall over there. And our table, which today we've done as a big long one, used to be 3 of these tables, so it used to make room for 10 people to sit round it. But I do find that these olive legs, although they're good for going up and down, they don't like to go up and down very often, and they're really quite wibbly wobbly, so we don't need this table to go high. One second, here comes the phone. Sorry, where were we? Yes, these legs are not brilliant. So what I think I'm going to do, these tables in the centre here, which are kind of our arts and crafts tables, they don't need to be able to come up and down all the time. So I think what I'm going to do is take these 2 tables. These are also IKEA, but they're really sturdy. I'm going to get another one of those, and they are all going to go and live next door. And this bench will be replaced by these 2. So that's going to work quite well. And then I think if I've got enough money in the pot, these ones, as much as I love the trestles, I think I'm going to use the trestles next door in my area. And I'm actually going to get my carpenter to screw these tabletops to the top of some small calyxes and raise them up so they're still the right height. But then he can do what he's done with this table and put casters on the bottom. And that means this table we can either have as a long table or a square table. We can push it against the wall, we can turn it into a square, we can do whatever we want. And it also stops people from dumping stuff underneath, which happens at the moment, and it just becomes a really bad mess. So that's my plans. In case you hadn't realised, I'm feeling a little bit inspired at the moment. If any of you watch Shona from Satisfaction, you will have seen that she recently relocated her shop downstairs and she redid her craft studio, and she did a really good vlog on how she did it, and I watched it and I loved it, and that was it. As soon as I'd seen it in my head, I was like, right, that's it, BTHQ needs an overhaul. And I'm doing exactly the same at home, and I'm a bit like that. I kind of suddenly think I want to do something and it has to happen right then and right there. So what you'll also notice on our Facebook page is that I'm going to be selling things. I've got lots of stuff here that I just don't use, and it really needs to go, and I'm going to put that money into the pot to buy all of the furniture and all of the things that I want to do my tweaks with. So the first thing to go, sadly, is the lovely Gertie, my adjuster form lady valet. She has already gone on our Facebook page. I don't use her at all. She just sits in the corner with a dress on her most of the time, getting dusty, and she's not used for her purpose. So she needs a new home with someone who's going to love her and use her. I'm also going to clear out my Cuttlebug and all my dies and embossing folders because I never use those, and now that I've got the Cricut, there is absolutely no need to have those at all. So there's going to be stuff as I clear out that I'm going to be getting rid of. So if you want to be within first dibs to get hold of any of those things, you need to be in our free Facebook group, the BTHQ group. It's linked down below in the description, and that will be where I will post those things as and when I come across them. I'm not going to rush to do this though. I'm going to have a good measure up today, work out whether my furniture plans are going to work. Then I order the furniture and get it delivered. And slowly but surely we'll get it put up and assembled, and once that's happened, then we'll start to find new homes for things. And I'm going to be having a little bit of a clear out each day, slowly but surely, over the course of the next few weeks, so you can watch the transformation evolve before your very eyes. Now it's time to sew a unicorn. I'll see you later. It's no good, I need to start doing it. Can't be helped, I'm sorry. Let's move some tables. It's things like this shelf with all these bits on it. There's just so many bits. Most of it we don't even do as classes anymore. They're just out, and it's, yeah, too messy. Gotta go. I think I'm going to have shelves with samples on them, but that are just the things that we've got coming up in the next few months or weeks. rather than just all this toot everywhere. This is when I'm going to get comments, what's toot? Lots of you don't know what toot is. Toot's a word I use all the time. Toot is just toot, rubbish, annoying things. This lamp hasn't even got a bulb in that works. I love this shelf, it's going nowhere. I bought this from an antique shop when I first opened Chicken and Frog at the bookshop, and I painted it with Annie Sloan paints, and it was the back of a church pew, and I absolutely love it, but it's really heavy. My big blue crates, these are great. I got these from my in-laws. They used to do a lot of camping, and they used to keep stuff in their camper van on these, and they're brilliant when you're trying to sort stuff out, because you just put things in there and then you have to have a good sort out of whatever you put in. This has really had it, this shelf, but I'm going to use this just at the back of my workstation, so it will just about survive, I think. See, it's stuff like this. This is my box for my Cricut Maker and the instructions for all of the Janome sewing machines. So the Cricut Maker stuff, really, I'm going to put these in my car. I think they need to go up in my loft at my house. I don't want to get rid of the boxes because that would be silly. Because if I do ever want to sell it or anything else, it's always going to hold its value if I have the boxes. Likewise, if it goes wrong and it needs to go back. But I'm going to take those home and I'm going to put them in my loft. Ah! It's amazing what you find. These are risers. So these are legs that were made for me by one of my clients when we first opened, and they actually go on these tables to raise these tables up to cutting height. So that's really handy because I forgot I had them, and it does mean that when we're doing a workshop next door and we need extra cutting space, I can still raise 2 of these tables up. So I'm going to keep these, but I'm going to keep them next door. And they're the sort of things that can go in a cupboard. Oh, I think Jackie's husband made those for me. Now this is where it will get embarrassing, is if this table doesn't fit through the doorway. And this is where I need Maddie. Maddie's good when I do reorganisations. She comes and helps me. She's not here till tomorrow. Let's see if it fits through the door. I think, because I'm doing it on my own, I might have to put it on its side. Let's try not to take the lot with me. Oh no, yeah, no, it's going to go, it's going to go. Oh no, it's not. I could just take the legs off, but that would be a pain. There we go. Hooray! There we go. Now both of these long tables are longer than the 2 pale pink ones were coming this way, so this shelf's going to have to go. I think it's going to go next door. I did think about putting it over here, but I think it's going to go next door and become another art shelf. So I'm going to take everything off that now and put that into a blue crate too. This is a new Billy, I think, that we bought. So this one's fairly stable, which is good because the other one next door is also on its last legs and I don't think it would do another move. That's the only trouble with IKEA furniture. It does move, but it will only move a certain amount of times before it will move no more. This morning I put my back out. It's probably not the best idea to be doing this. Never mind. Bend the knees. Yeah, so that comes out much further than the Billy bookshelf did, so there's not a lot of space to get through here. But I think once we've got those cutting tables on casters, and they're more movable, then I'll probably have them around the other way, which will be a bit more practical. But it does mean we can have the spare overlocker in here now, because there's enough room for people to two sewing machines and an overlocker, and I've got my overlocker next door, so that's handy. So it just gives us more space along here, and having this wall clear is brilliant. I'll get some shelves up on this wall. I'll do some decals. It needs to be painted desperately, so yeah. Still, if anyone wants to come in, put some overalls on, I've got white paint. Woo! Oh God, where's my phone? Hello matey, you alright? All home? Good day at school? Yes, you may. You alright? Oh, bless you. Oh, it's only 4:05, you did good. The Friday afternoon call from number one son. He takes himself home on a Friday, so he has to ring me and let me know that he's home safe. Right, I'm going to turn this off while I put everything back. You don't need to see all of this high-speedy malarkey shenanigans, really. I'm just going to put it back now. So it's 5:30, I need to go home. I have got the studio back to normal. We've got a full day of pattern drafting tomorrow, so I needed to make sure this space was all sorted and organised. You can actually probably hear it's a little bit echoey already, just by removing some of the clutter from in here. It just seems to have opened up the space quite a bit. So I'll show you what I've done so far. So this is the new sewing bench. So as you can see, there's lots more room to sew. It's not quite so cluttered. I've bought the spare overlocker in here. So we've now got an overlocker in here and in next door. And I've put its foot pedal and all of its bits and pieces in that basket tucked away. I've moved the little drawer unit under there. That is just a temporary fix, but actually it fits really nicely, and bearing in mind no one's going to be sitting there unless they're using the overlocker, I think it's all right there for the time being, so I'm just going to leave it there. I've put the two little shelves back on the back, but not the big one. This little one was over here, and I think it's better to have that free. It was a bit cramped if you were sitting sewing in that spot. That big basket of magazines I've just put on free cycle. It's Prima magazine that Irene bought in, but no one's taken a copy, so I'm going to put them on free cycle. And then the printer's going to live here. There's just a couple of parcels on the top there that I need to post tomorrow. The shelving unit that was here is now here. This is just temporary. I'm going to be creating a proper ironing station in that corner, and this shelf will come in here and it will go next to the big one in that corner once this table goes, but this table can't go anywhere until this goes. So I'm going to be putting this wardrobe onto a selling page when I get home, and then once that's gone I can move this table over here and we can start to make a bit of movement there. So the two tables that were the bench have now come in here. They're going to be joined by another one, which I'm going to try and have to find this same spotty oilcloth, or I'm going to have to replace all of the oilcloths because otherwise that will really bug me. And I have measured this shelf up and got all of the measurements so that I can put that onto a selling page too. So I have done some drawings of how I want the studio to look. I've measured everything up. I've made sure everything that I want to get fits. I've written my IKEA shopping list. So I'm going to go and pick up my daughter from after school club, go to the fish and chip shop because that's what Mr. Tom has requested for his dinner, and then go home and go shopping on the IKEA website. It's very exciting. If you followed BTHQ Banter for some time, this is probably the fourth kind of big move we've done since I've been recording. The first one would have been setting up the lounge. The second one would have been having the big move about with Maddie. The third one would have been putting all the new units in and building the filming area. So this is the fourth one. And I think I can say that once this fourth one's done, it's a small one, and it's just gonna finally finish everything off and get it just how I want it to be. So don't think starting this kind of business can happen overnight. We've been here 7 years in March, and it's still not quite right. Anyway, it's Friday night, must go home, otherwise those children are going to be sitting on the doorstep of school waiting for me. I'll see you in the morning. Bye. Good morning. It is Saturday and I'm all set up for beginners crochet. Next door, Maddie has a full cohort of ladies all getting measured up. They are going to be doing pattern drafting today, so we'll see a little bit more of them in action later on. There probably won't be a great deal to show you today because, you know, activity is not huge when sitting crocheting nor measuring oneself, but we shall see what happens today. I may have moved some more furniture. I may have more piles of things to go through. And poor Leslie, give us a wave. She's hemmed in. Pardon the pun, but you're enjoying using our old sewing machine, aren't you? She's sewing a little project bag up in the corner while I move furniture around her. She's incredibly patient. Leslie has made herself a lovely little pouch and a little lip balm holder. These little lip balm holders are part of my 3 Little Gifts course, which you can do. It's an online sewing course. So yes, are you pleased with those, Leslie?
Yeah.
I would be. Another day is over at BTHQ. It's nearly 6 o'clock. Everybody's gone home. Had a lovely one-to-one this afternoon with Poppy. She's 11. She's got herself a sewing machine. We made a cushion cover. That was really nice. And I have sort of, I think, made a big change to this unit. It does still look really messy, but it is really getting there. Let me show you what I've done. So the wardrobe is now over here. That's just waiting to be picked up, and this little Kallax unit is waiting to find itself a new home. This wall will have the other bookshelf against it, and then the big table is going to go in front of it. My studio corner has now changed, so this, granted, is messy, but you can see I've put my studio light into the corner here, and where the wardrobe and everything was, I've moved the cricket table and I've put a big shelf on the back. That's going to get all full up with all my vinyl supplies, and then the tray fast is still underneath there with the little trolley, so I've just moved it to the other side of the unit. But that's great because it now means I've still got my studio space when I'm recording. If I do want to do anything on the cricket while I'm recording, then I can. I can also do potentially a little cricket tutorial if I wanted to, not that I'm planning on it. And then obviously everything that was all in those spaces is now all piled up over here, but that's fine. Once this big shelving unit goes and the new ones go in place, then we can find homes for all of those things that we want to keep. And I've slowly but surely been going through some of these boxes and clearing out the clutter. Next thing to go will be my big sideboard. And it's all finished in here. We just need to get these tables done. So I've spoken to the carpenter. I want to get rid of the trestles and put the tabletops onto Kallaxes with casters so that there we can move them around. And again, this bookshelf will go next door so we can get a proper ironing station in. But it's definitely better with that space there. There's more room to sew at those sewing machines. It's definitely a nicer space, much airier. So yeah, all good. So I've got a day off tomorrow. I'm very much looking forward to a Sunday at home with the kids. Mr. Mac is away on business at the moment, so it's just me and the children. So I plan on a day of staying in my pyjamas and doing lots of knitting, crochet and various other bits. And I might have a little bit of a declutter and a resort at home as well. The IKEA delivery was placed last night and it's going to be arriving on Tuesday. So it will be all hands on deck next week to build that new furniture and get this room nearly finished. I will see you all again on Monday. Bye. Good morning, welcome back to BTHQ Banter. It is Monday. Please excuse my outfit. I am aware that this cardigan doesn't go with this top at all, but I wanted something warm while I did the school run. So I'm going to take this off. I'm just waiting for the heating to come on. So it is Monday morning. I have a one-to-one today. I don't normally teach on a Monday, but got a one-to-one get to know your sewing machine that I've just squeezed in there. But then the rest of the day is going to be spent sorting out ready for the IKEA delivery tomorrow. Now I did actually edit together the footage that I've taken so far last night, and I'm already at about 20 minutes. So I apologise, this video is going to be quite a long one this week, but I know lots of people really enjoy these kind of reorganise my craft room space, and that's kind of what this is. So I'm not going to apologise anymore. This is going to be a long video. Now I did actually sneak in here yesterday on Sunday because Anna came to pick up the old wardrobe that I was getting rid of, and I've also had someone on Facebook say that they would like to buy my shelving unit, so I emptied that off, as you can see. So now I have a big pile behind me of things that came off that shelf, and my job today is going to be to sort through those things, work out what we're going to keep, get rid of the things we want to get rid of, and start to think about where those things are going to go. My plan is to get all the a.k.a. Kallax units built over the next couple of days and then put things on shelves where they're going to go, and then I'm going to decide what kind of boxes or cupboards or drawers I'm going to put into the Kallax units to house each item. So I'm going to take it slowly. So I haven't ordered any drawers, boxes or anything like that yet. We're going to do that kind of reorganisation, and then probably next week Mum and I will go to IKEA and pick up all of the various boxes and bits and bobs so we can start to put things away proper. So yeah, I will report back in a little bit later. So another day is over. I haven't shown you anything. I was going to have another hour here, but unfortunately choir has been cancelled, so mummy to the rescue. I have to leave to pick up Izzy, but we have got quite a lot achieved today. Let me show you. So as you can see, the shelves have been collected, which is awesome. I've started to go through our samples and see what we're going to keep and what we're going to put back out. This table is looking a lot clearer. We've gone through all of these little drawers, sorted these out, and we now know what's in there. And believe it or not, this big pile here, hello mum, you're not a big pile, this big pile, this is all stuff I've sorted out and we are keeping. So as soon as I've built the shelves tomorrow and put them here, I can start to put stuff that we're keeping on them, and then my mission will be to go through all of these boxes. And a lot of this is actually empty boxes, which I've managed to empty and declutter. So we are getting somewhere. School run calls. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning. It is Tuesday. I'm not happy. IKEA decided to try and deliver at 7:25 this morning. When they probably weren't supposed to be delivering until after 9 o'clock. So my lovely furniture is now somewhere else in Essex. The guys at the delivery centre have been really helpful. They're going to ring me back. They're going to see if they can maybe drop it off at the end of their run. Fingers crossed. But I had planned on building Kallaxes today, and that is now not going to happen. And I'm really quite cross. But never mind, I shall continue to sort through boxes until said furniture turns up. Those of you who know me know I cannot stand ABBA. Grrr, grand plan scuppered. They can't re-deliver today, they can't re-deliver tomorrow, they can re-deliver on Thursday, but they have guaranteed me it will be business hours, so at least it will be delivered after 9 o'clock, but sometime between 9 and 5. So I suspect, because I've got in early enough, it probably will be 9 o'clock on Thursday, but I shall leave a big note on the door before I go to say please, please, please knock at the house if you get here and I'm not here. And also, IKEA, don't just rock up to businesses and assume that there's nobody here. There's people here. So annoying, so frustrating, but never mind. Onwards and upwards. I think what I'm going to do is have my day off today, because my day off should be Thursday. I'm going to go home again. Have my day off today, or maybe the afternoon. I think I'll do a bit of pottering while I'm here. And because I'm going to have to come to work on Thursday now. Joy. So it's time to go and get the kids. I've got over my IKEA fury now. Still quite grumpy, but we have got lots of sorting out done, and I did end up staying all day in the end. So we've sorted out lots more boxes. I've moved the other art shelf in. In fact, hang on, let me spin you around and I'll show you. So we've been through lots more boxes. Everything over here is sorted out, and I know I want to keep it, so that will all be going away. Lots of empty boxes and baskets there, which is good. I have tidied up the cricket area. Mum's come back in. Say hello, Mummy.
Hello, Mummy.
Tidied up this area now. This is ready to put trestle legs on, and I've tidied up this area. Again, nothing's where it should be, but it's tidy. Brought in the other art shelf, and basically just everything that was on this shelf and all squished together has now just been nicely spread out across two, which makes much more sense. And put a cabinet in the corner, gone through all of those little drawers, and it's just all a little bit more logical and a little bit more organised. And the trestle legs are now ready to go onto this table when we get there. And then we've had a bit of a sort out in Unit 1 as well. We've got rid of that strange ironing table contraption, so you'll all be delighted. We now have an ironing board back again, and we've resurrected and got fixed our old steam generator iron, which is great. And then Carpenter is coming in tomorrow to measure up to turn these into mobile cutting tables so that we can lose the trestle legs. And this might not look too tidy, but this is all things that are either sold or free cycled and waiting collection. So we're getting there. I have to teach tomorrow, so I've had to leave it fairly tidy. We've got our beginners back in, and also we have a surprise visitor coming in tomorrow. I will show you when she gets here, so I will see you then. Bye. It is 12:10 on Wednesday, and I've just picked the camera up. Sorry. We've had our beginners in this morning. They've been doing part 2 of their 3-week sewing course, and I'm just about to teach a brand new class that I haven't taught yet before, called Understanding a Sewing Pattern, which is going to take you through all the basics of understanding your measurements, what all the meanings are, what all the markings are, laying out your fabric, sorting out a lay plan, that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to teaching that. I've been carrying on sorting. I've got all sorts of bits and bobs here on the side, which are all destined for free cycle or selling. And we have a visitor today. I mentioned that she was coming yesterday, but I didn't say who it was. Hang on. Say hello, Robin.
Hello, Robin.
She's well trained. Robin is doing some massive sorting out. So I found this box of Scrabble letters, and I've had them for ages. I don't even know where they're from, but we're going to get them sorted, and we're going to try and use them.
Letters
But yes, we are, believe it or not, getting there slowly but surely. I have spoken to IKEA this morning. They have confirmed they are delivering tomorrow. They did confirm that they were delivering between 7 and 11 again, so I had to ring them up and make sure that they were going to deliver within working hours, and they have said that they will do so. So fingers crossed, hopefully tomorrow Robin and I can get in here and start building some furniture. Anyway, I may or may not see you again today. I don't think I'm going to film any of this next class because it's not really very interesting for you to watch. But if I do get any more updating done, I will let you know. So we've had a really nice introduction to a sewing patterns workshop. That was really nice. It's good to just help people understand, you know, the sewing patterns don't have to be an absolute conundrum. They can be simple enough to follow and sort of get them started, so that's good. Robin and I have been furiously sorting. I'm so pleased with what I've achieved today. Let me show you. So every box that's back on that shelf has been sorted out. That's not where it's going to live necessarily, but I know exactly what's in it, and I've got rid of anything I don't need, which is great. Everything over here again has been sorted and is all ready to be found a home on a new shelf when the new shelves are built. These are just empty boxes, which may or may not be used to store things. These shelves are pretty much finalised now, which is great. The only thing we've still got left to sort is these 2 big boxes, which is all our jewellery making and bead stuff. So I need to sort through all of that and decide what we're going to keep, what we're going to get rid of, what's going to be put back in the cupboards, etc. And really, all we need now is for a big IKEA delivery to fill this space, so tomorrow we can use this lovely piece of floor to build our flat pack. So please keep everything crossed for us. I'm going to edit BTHQ Banter tonight and upload it for Friday because it's already huge. We're not normally here on Thursdays, but I will start next week's BTHQ Banter from tomorrow, Thursday, because I am going to be here, hopefully building flat pack. Fingers crossed. The lovely Darren has come in this afternoon and he has measured up for our new cutting tables on wheels, which is exciting, so hopefully he'll be getting those done next week sometime, and everything's coming together beautifully. So I will see you all next week. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.